So we were just talking to Coach about, this being practice not only for the players but coaches too. First time really calling plays and stuff like that today. What'd you kind of learn about, this team right now? Just from the operation standpoint.
Operationally, what I learned was the quarterbacks are doing a great job handling the offense. They're doing a great job just managing the huddle or whatever it may be. Doing a good job of waiting for substitutions. The sideline, just the whole game process with the coaches and the players was great. The coaches on the sideline helped me out a lot with a lot of information. Coach Chud, Apple, Wyatt, Savon, they just did a great job of constantly feeding me information in my ear. When I needed a recommendation of a play, they were quick to give it to me. They had really good ideas, and they were quick to give them, which is important when you're in a game and need something quick, especially when you're doing something like practice where you don't have in-between series. I mean, those guys were on it. They're professionals, and they did a great job. It was really helpful, and the guys did a great job handling all the different plays, different stuff, and in and out of the huddle fast. It was really nice to see.
Staying with the quarterbacks, I mean, the different body types, different levels of experience, different skill sets. How do you kind of manage to, is it a big pie or a big stew pot that you have to do?
What I've learned in this profession is there is not a single quarterback that is like another. They might have some similarities, but they all have their own unique thing. They all have their strengths. They all have their weaknesses that we're trying to bring up and make them into at least good or possibly great. So I would say, we're able to put each quarterback, whether it's Emmett, Thomas, Jacoby, Reevy, or any of the other guys, we're able to put them in the best situation to highlight their strengths and call the plays that we feel they're best at. And that is not just me putting those together. That's a group effort with the staff. And then it's also a little bit of, hey, it's a little bit of give and take with the quarterbacks. Like, hey, tell me what you're comfortable with. Tell me what you're not comfortable with, what you really love, what you feel confident with, and what you're not confident with. If they're not confident or the guys in that huddle aren't confident with the play, then we're throwing that play out. It's that simple. So we're going to play with their best attributes ahead and making sure we put them in the best spot possible.
Oh, that was a better answer than my question.
I was gonna say, one is, should we get Rich lunch with the stew pot and the pie? I think we have to get Rich
there we go.
lunch. Two is, looking at the quarterbacks too, when you have guys who come off the field and say, okay, I like this, I don't like this, and it differs. Do they kind of teach themselves too reasons why they like it or why it might work for them, but it doesn't work for another quarterback, what they can learn from one another?
Yeah, I think within scheme, absolutely. They kind of learn by themselves with the film review and whether they've had success or not success. As soon as you have success with a play, you think you're great at it. That's just the way of a quarterback, which is awesome. You should feel that way, and you get confident. When you're confident, you play well, and you do the right things. You don't have success, you start wavering, and then whether it's because of something little happened or whatever, then they can lose faith in certain plays for them, which is fine. And then other times, then the next step of that is, I don't like this because the defense is doing this or because this is how they're reacting to it, and I'm not comfortable with getting to the next thing. So I'd rather do this. That's the next step that we're trying to work on, and they're doing a good job. It's just got to keep progressing with that.
Yeah, that was kind of where I was going to or thinking is when you have that with the defense too, what has that kind of taught your offense about what they might see out of, or what might see out of your own defense, but what you might see out of defenses on Saturdays?
Yeah, I would just say, just being able to handle the different variations. Football's an imperfect game. It's not played on paper. It's played on the football field. So when they say something and they feel something on the field, I know this. There's nothing talking them out of that because that's what they feel, and they're the ones that got to play fast, pull the trigger, and make the decision. So if they're saying it, there's validity to it. Whether it's really showing up or not, we got to take it. We got to take it into account.
Having families here today, what's that mean to you guys?
Sam, one
Having
thing.
families here today, what does that mean to you guys?
This is a family place.
Yeah.
Boston College is such a special place as far as the relationships we build here, the way Coach treats all of us, the way we treat our individual players, and then the way that we embrace their families. These are the guys. Been here going into 4 years now. All these families that are on the sidelines, I got to say hi to all of them because these were the guys that we brought their families in with official visits and stuff. So we got to really know them and build relationships with them back when they were in high school, families and all. So it was great. And then I had my wife and my little one out here, so that was cool. Just being able to see those guys and those families, it really makes, puts football into perspective.
Coach, when we came in, it was red zone in 2 minutes, so we didn't see any run game. Have you been working on the run game to improve it here?
Oh, absolutely.
Can
And
you tell
that-
us a little about what they did?
Yeah, I thought the run game, they came out looking really good. I think there was a little bit of lull in the middle of the scrimmage. And it's hard. It's hard when you're going ones, twos, rather than going, break, regroup, talk about some things, go, break, in like a game setting. But they did a great job. They came off the ball firing. We got some really good old linemen. It's a lot of good competition and depth, which is really, really awesome to see. The runners are running really well, and the quarterbacks are handling the run checks, which is really fun and really puts you in the best situation, best play when they can do things like that.
Good. All right, thanks for your time, Coach.
All right,
Appreciate
great
it.
to see you.
Baby.
Good to see
Thanks,
you.
man. Thanks.
Good job.
Good to see you guys.